A girl wanted to lose weight, so she ground human ashes into powder and swallowed them, never expecting a starving ghost to attach itself to her. And once she stopped eating, terrible things would begin to happen. Lisa had always been anxious about her figure. To change that, she enrolled in a crash weight loss program. She was also a first-year medical student, but her constant dieting left her starving, to the point where she could barely hold a scalpel steady. That night, Lisa went to a bar with her friends. Afraid to drink alcohol and unwilling to eat anything, she felt completely out of place. Just then, Lisa ran into her old friend Mary, whom she hadn't seen in years. But in her memory, Mary had been a 300-pound girl, yet after only a few years, she had transformed into a stunning hourglass beauty. Mary didn't keep any secrets. She claimed she had been taking a drug called Grey. Although it was expensive, the results were remarkable. Seeing the doubt in Lisa's eyes, Mary pulled out a pill from her bag and gave it to her for free. Looking at the dramatic change in her friend, Lisa swallowed it despite her suspicions. Then Mary handed her another pill, confident that within 2 days Lisa would come begging for more. That night, Lisa completely forgot she was supposed to be dieting. When she woke up the next morning, she looked at the food scraps scattered across the floor, and immediately felt a wave of regret. But she failed to notice something. Nervously, Lisa stepped onto the scale, only to discover that her weight hadn't gone up. It had actually dropped by 1 kilogram. Apparently Mary's pills really worked, but Lisa's father was too overweight to keep a job, and the family survived solely on her mother's income. There was no way they could afford such expensive pills. Then a thought crossed Lisa's mind. Wasn't she a medical student herself? So she brought the second pill Mary had given her into the lab, but after running it through a spectrometer, the ingredients left her completely confused.
High sodium, high potassium, so mostly calcium phosphate. What?
Sodium and phosphate were both extremely common substances. If they could make people lose weight, there wouldn't be any obese people left in the world. Unable to figure it out, Lisa attended anatomy class. The latest cadaver donor was a severely obese middle-aged woman. She had died from late-stage liver cancer. As a male student opened up the chest cavity, Lisa picked up a bone and thoughtfully tossed it into the trash. When no one was looking, she secretly retrieved it, then placed it inside a high-temperature furnace, where it was burned at 1,800 degrees, before finally being ground into powder and packed into capsules. But it didn't take long for Lisa to notice something strange. She constantly felt as if someone was watching her, as though a pair of eyes were fixed on her back. Lisa assumed she was imagining things, and paid little attention. Instead, she immersed herself in a life where her weight kept dropping, without having to resist her cravings. Even so, Lisa continued going to the gym during the day. Before long, Coach Annie noticed this rising weight loss star. Lisa couldn't believe she had caught the attention of the woman she admired, while daydreaming about a future together. Lisa nervously picked up a spoon, then slowly walked toward the corner of the room. She could even hear low breathing in her ear. Could it be that she was seeing Grace, because she had consumed the woman's ashes? Restless and uneasy, Lisa lay awake in bed, unable to sleep. The next second, yet even then Lisa refused to stop. The joy of watching her weight continuously drop had completely clouded her judgment. Not long afterward, Lisa finally achieved her ideal figure, but this also aroused Annie's suspicions. She repeatedly warned her that healthy eating was always more important than the number on a scale. After returning home, Lisa thought it over carefully and decided to quit her unhealthy diet for the time being. Yet she couldn't resist temptation, and tore open the package before eating it. But immediately afterward, another pack of chocolate was tossed out from the darkness. Clearly the unknown presence was ordering her to eat. After training the next day, just as Lisa was packing up to go home, Annie stopped her. It turned out she felt she had been too harsh the day before, and wanted Lisa's forgiveness. Two lonely souls soon sparked a connection. Lately strange things had been happening non-stop, and they all seemed connected to the pills made from ashes. After returning home, Lisa decided to stop taking them altogether. She hid the pills inside a drawer, then threw away all the unhealthy food, planning to make herself a healthy dinner. But suddenly, the refrigerator door swung open on its own. Lisa assumed she had forgotten to close it. As the ghost moved closer and closer, it was clearly hinting that she needed to eat. After hesitating for a moment, Lisa ignored it and hid in her room. But then, the bedroom door was pushed open by an unseen force. Moments later, a creaking sound echoed across the floor, as though something heavy was slowly approaching her. Terrified, Lisa wrapped herself tightly in a blanket, hoping everything that had happened was nothing more than a dream. Looking at the emptied refrigerator the next morning, she wondered, had she sleepwalked and eaten everything? Realizing something was seriously wrong, she hurried to find Mary and asked whether she had experienced the same side effects.
Well, sometimes I'd wake up in the middle of the night feeling really anxious, like someone was watching me.
I've had a similar feeling.
But according to Mary, everything had stopped once she quit taking the pills. Could it be a problem unique to Lisa? She went to the hospital and underwent a series of examinations. Aside from a small benign tumor on her liver, everything else appeared normal. Perhaps the sleepwalking was simply caused by stress. It seemed she needed to relax. Late one night, Lisa received an invitation from Annie and went to her house. The chemistry between them ignited instantly. But the next morning, Lisa sleepwalked again. This time she completely destroyed someone else's refrigerator. Humiliated and furious, she fled in panic. But when she passed a reflective surface, she realized something horrifying. Despite eating enormous amounts of food, her hunger hadn't disappeared at all. Unable to control herself, Lisa carried another massive bag of food home, just as she was debating whether to eat it.
Dad?
Thankfully it turned out to be a false alarm, but the moment she relaxed, the sound of shattering glass suddenly came from behind her. Lisa immediately stuffed food into her mouth as fast as she could. Before long, she had devoured several boxes of calorie-packed junk food. Yet moments later, her stomach growled with hunger once again. Clearly the monster was still unsatisfied. She rushed toward the refrigerator, when suddenly, Lisa noticed a security camera overhead. To test her theory, she endured the unbearable hunger and forced herself to fall asleep. When she woke up, a strange taste lingered in her mouth. Lisa checked the security footage and discovered that not only had she eaten every bit of food, she had even swallowed body lotion. What drove her into despair was the fact that even after quitting the pills for several days, her weight still hadn't stabilized. In fact, it was dropping faster than ever. At this rate, she would eventually waste away and die. Then Lisa suddenly thought of something. She grabbed her father's blood glucose monitor. The reading showed 75, a normal post-meal blood sugar level. Perhaps the monster's appearance was linked to her blood sugar levels. To test the theory, Lisa sought out her best friend Catherine and told her everything that had been happening. She believed that whenever her blood sugar dropped below 6, the normal fasting level, the monster would appear. At first, Catherine dismissed it as supernatural nonsense, but after witnessing the bizarre blood sugar experiment firsthand, she was completely stunned and finally believed her friend was being haunted. To break the curse once and for all, the two girls secretly entered the school's archives and uncovered the true identity of the cadaver donor. Her name had been Grace, and during her lifetime, she had suffered from extreme anxiety. Whenever something troubled her, she would binge eat uncontrollably. Most tragic of all, Grace had been diagnosed with a liver tumor. Overwhelmed by fear and anxiety, she became trapped in a vicious cycle of compulsive overeating, until she literally ate herself to death. Her soul carried endless hunger, fear, and resentment, which was why she could not move on after death, and instead attached herself to Lisa. In that instant, Lisa finally understood. She had become haunted because she consumed Grace's ashes, and inherited her obsession with food, along with her cursed hunger. The only way to free herself was to return the remaining ashes, and sever the bond between them. She believed it was her only chance to survive, but disaster struck without warning. One day, Lisa's mother unexpectedly came to visit her dorm. Seeing the room in complete disarray, she decided to clean it up, and accidentally threw away the box of ashes, dumping everything into the trash outside. What upset her even more was seeing the medical scan, which clearly showed a tumor growing inside Lisa. That was the real reason she had come, to arrange a leave of absence, and take her daughter home to recover. But Lisa only cared about the ashes. The moment she learned they had been thrown away, she fell into absolute despair. Driven by pure survival instinct, she ran to the dumpster downstairs, and dug through the garbage like a stray dog. Fortunately, she managed to find the ashes, but even after recovering them, Grace's spirit showed no sign of forgiveness. Instead, Instead, her resentment only grew stronger, and her revenge became even more violent. Meanwhile, Lisa's mother had thrown away all the expired food in the house, leaving nothing left to eat. The ghost became completely enraged. With no other choice, Lisa grabbed the last jar of sesame paste from the refrigerator and chugged it straight from the container. But even that wasn't enough. The ghost had already reached her bedroom door. A knock echoed through the room. The next second, her mother was slammed unconscious by a tremendous force. An icy chill swept through the entire house. The 300-pound ghost woman grabbed Lisa and pinned her beneath her massive body. The crushing pressure almost seemed ready to burst her organs. At death's door, Lisa desperately searched for a way to raise her blood sugar and break free. Her mind descended into chaos. She grabbed a bottle of oven degreaser from the floor and drank it. Thanks to that desperate gamble, Lisa managed to escape the ghost's grasp and narrowly survived. But deep down, she knew it was only temporary. If things continued like this, the ghost would eventually drain away her life force and devour her completely. Determined to end the curse forever, Lisa found Catherine and made a bold decision. Since the curse bound both body and soul, and strange growths had already formed inside her, she would rely on neither doctors nor outside help. She would cut them out herself. The two girls once again sneaked into the morgue, and under the cover of night, began a self-surgery that defied all logic. There was no anesthesia, and no professional equipment, only sheer willpower. Lisa inhaled flour to numb herself, then injected insulin, forcing her blood sugar as low as possible, deliberately summoning the ghost's true form. As her consciousness faded, she found herself standing inside what looked like a garbage dump. Lisa wasted no time. Enduring unbearable pain, she gripped a scalpel and sliced open her own abdomen, frantically searching inside her body for the parasitic growth connected to the ghost. After a painful struggle, she finally found the mass, but at that very moment, the obese ghost appeared before her. Just as Lisa was about to collapse, Catherine slapped her hard across the face and jolted her awake. It was Lisa's sheer determination that allowed her to complete the impossible surgery and temporarily escape the ghost's grip, saving her life. After surviving countless brushes with death, Lisa finally recovered and left the hospital. When anatomy class ended, all of the cadaver donors were cremated, and the school held a solemn memorial service to honor every selfless donor. Lisa thought the nightmare was finally over. The curse had been broken, and life could return to normal. Feeling guilty, she brought a pile of snacks to apologize to Annie, hoping to make up for her previous behavior and rebuild their hard-earned relationship. As always, Annie remained kind and understanding, showing no disgust toward Lisa's strange actions. The two quickly got back together, but no one could have expected what happened next. As they shared an intimate moment together, the screen suddenly went black. Then came one final horrifying shock. Behind the couch, the woman who had been alive just moments earlier had somehow become nothing more than a pile of rotten flesh and gore. And with that, the film comes to an end.